headphones, but I'll be.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I tweeted this out earlier, but like Chris Paul in the playoffs last year, I'm performing with COVID. Excited to be back. We got Justin. We got Steve. What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Yeah, man, just chilling. Your boy was at the rec the other day, and I've witnessed something that was beautiful. Because sometimes the game of basketball transcends many different things, and sometimes it will be racial things, sometimes it will be political things, and we can all laugh and smile. So basically, I was at the top of the key, not doing a goddamn thing, and my teammate does a little pump fake. He dishes it out to the corner, the Shane Battier, PJ Tucker corner. My coworker does a little pump fake. Dude jumps, he goes straight to the rack. So he's on the corner going straight to the rack. He's like 6'3", but he looked like he do improv. So I'm like, yo, there's no way this dude's gonna hop up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Dude hops up. White guy hops up with him. Bangs it on him. Dude jumps down, boom, straight on his ass. Looks up, and the coworker yells out, "Free Mamiya!" Now, if you don't know who Mamiya Abdul-Jamal is, do yourself a Google, and you're going to know that that's an insane thing to say in the city of Philadelphia to a Caucasian man, dog. Like, that shit is wild, bro. I was like, yo, and everybody just laughed about it. It wasn't even like, oh, my God, whoa. It was like, ha, 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 ha. Oh, man, let's stop gameplay. And I'm like, yo, it is crazy in the city of brotherly love, man. It's crazy.
How did the dude got yammed on? How did he react?
He was on his ass, so he looked at, when he was getting yelled at, he looked at my coworker, then he looked at his homies, and he was like, like, it was just like that. It was like, can we laugh at this? And then I guess everybody just laughed.
Oh my God, that is amazing. That has to be up there with some of like the wildest stuff people have yelled.
I mean, that is something shout out to getting, I support the cause, but that's when you had to get off your chest.
And the crazy part is, this is the craziest part. I said, why did you say that, dog? You know what this motherfucker said? Because he need to be free. What that got to do with basketball?
But what I would love to know,
he tap that button.
I would love to know. I would love to know if that was premeditated too. Like, has he had that in his back pocket for a while, or was it in the moment?
Great question. I asked the same question, Mike, and he said it just happened. This basically he told me. He said the dude looks like he works at a bank. So when he banged it on him, he felt like that's what he had to say to a white dude that looks like he works at a bank. And I'm like, yo, fam, what?
I don't think we prepared for this, but we did text about it a little bit, I think. What is like the craziest thing that you have yelled out? Like in a game? Do you have something that you have thrown out there that you like in retrospect? Maybe not to that level. Like that's 10 out of 10. That is that's really good. Or I guess it could be something that's been yelled at you.
I think I told y'all this. I don't know if I told y'all this on the show, but I know I told y'all this when we was kicking it. I was playing ball one time, and the dude was like, yo, you eat too much Subway. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, imagine getting Jade on and someone tells you go to like a fast food restaurant too much. I was like, what the fuck? You don't even know him, dog.
Dude, one of the craziest things that's ever been said to me, I think this was when I was playing at Equinox one time. Somebody called me a poor man's Banana Republic.
Oh my God.
And I said, so Old Navy? like
that's that improv training coming in.
And it was funny because everybody died when he said that. Like, oh, that's so good. And then I was like so confused. I was like, you could Old Navy. That is exactly what that is. Old Navy.
You call him, bro. You call him.
Yeah,
you didn't win that one.
I've never really yelled some wild stuff. Or, I mean, I've never yelled wild stuff at people. The most I do on the court is just say random food when people shoot, which is just like standard try to get into your head shit, but never anything wild. There's that, this is somewhat related, but have you seen that TikTok trend or IG trend of like cats at high school basketball games or AAU games while somebody's shooting a free throw just yelling out, "Stroke that thing, cuzzo."
I have been seeing a lot of that.
I've seen a lot of those, and you know what? I like that because it's dumb if they're doing it at high school games, and because it's high schoolers, that shit is very effective.
Yes, it is. I also have been seeing this TikTok trend now that I'm like on TikTok a little bit more frequently of like white dudes at pickup games recording themselves and like talking a ton of shit, and I'm like, someone needs to hit this guy. Like, that's my reaction for all of them. And they're supposed to be the hero in this content because it's like their content. And I was like, oh my God.
But isn't it jokes though? I seen one white dude on TikTok and he had a do-rag and like a jersey with money on it and like basketball shorts with money on it. He was like, "This shit, my shot wet like pussy." And I'm like, this guy has to be like a bad comedian. Like, they're not being for real, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you were good, you'd be on stage, not doing it in a gym. You know? Like, no, thank you.
That's the TikTok hooper or the IG hooper. I've never seen that in the wild, but yeah, that's 100% getting roasted because the first time you do that and somebody gets the ball and scores on you, they're gonna be like, "Put that shit on the internet."
Yeah, that is the most. So that's how they all start. And then it was like, and then it got real. And then it's the same white guy chucking threes. Like, it's no white guys dunking. It's nobody like coming into the lane. It's just like step back fadeaways. And I'm like, I hate this. And I honestly am now wondering if it's just my algorithm. Like, are there other people doing it? But TikTok is feeding me what short white men shooting 3-pointers. I feel like, speaking of wild, we have to start with this. We'll share screen and start with some video, audio, and then we'll get into our first thing. But let's start with this. You should be able to hear this. I'll go full screen for the people here, and here we go.
So we got 1-point game, 18 seconds left. Step back. Mr. supposed wannabe fake all-star with the big miss there, and then the rebound by Randall, and then Randall iced the game with all the free throws. Last chance, down 3 for the all-star. Let me keep it that way. He's in his second year. He's a very good player. He's not going to make the all-star team. A guy like Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson will make it over Tyrese Halliburton.
What is happening? Tyrese
fucked his wife.
Tyrese,
real shit. If Tyrese ain't fuck his wife, he put a parlay on Tyrese and he lost mad bread. There's no other reason to be talking crazy about Halliburton, bro. It's crazy.
I forget what book or podcast or whatever that was said, where it's like all beef comes back to either like gambling debts, money, or women. And I like that. And I'm not a Knicks fan. I don't watch a lot of the MSG network. I don't know a ton about Wally Zerbiak. Is that like on par for what Wally does most of the time? Like, is that Wally energy?
Let's keep it a buck. I'm not watching Wally speak.
Yeah. And Wally looks like he is on ESPN 15 years ago. You know what I
mean? Yo, Mike taking shots at everybody today, bro.
No, for real. Like, he's a good-looking gentleman. I just mean, like, that suit. I don't know if it's the studio they're into. It's got real, like, Tim Legler when he first got on ESPN.
Oh yeah, before he loosened up.
Yeah.
Yo. But what's more crazy is he said that shit with his full confidence, with his whole chest, and it's so wrong. It's so wrong. Like,
the funny part is, like, yeah, it's so wrong. There's the Knicks and Pacers don't have a beef in the modern times. Like that's not a thing. That's Tyrese Halliburton is one of the most well-liked players in the league, I think, and he hasn't said anything about the Knicks or any of those players. Also, the craziest part about that is Julius Randle not making it over fucking Tyrese Halliburton.
No.
Not a single person thinks that. Not one person in the world. You might have a debate between Brunson and Halliburton, but Julius Randle, get the fuck out of here.
And that was the only thing I could think of. Where it's like, okay, maybe he's just like standing Jalen Brunson as hard as he can to make the All-Star team. I just think there's the fake wannabe All-Star is just wild to say. I mean, just like pump up your own guy. I don't know. That just felt crazy. Or maybe he's scared of the new media, the hashtag new media, Halliburton being a player/podcaster, stepping on his territory. But I've never seen that. I'm trying to think like Boston has like Scalabrine, right? Scalabrine is their Wally Zerbiak. I don't think Scal would ever go out there and do that, right? Like that.
Hell no.
Also, I mean, the Knicks don't need more homers, like saying wild stuff, man. There's no shortage of that in New York or in New York media.
Yeah,
they don't need Wally Zerbiak. Isn't Mike Francesa or whatever the hell?
Yeah, yeah.
You got him, dog.
Yeah, Patrick in the chat saying my 10-year-old talks better shit than Wally. Yeah, it is funny, and he like started off strong, then he felt like he tailed off again, and then came back in one more time with another hit. It felt, I don't know, it just felt so out of left field.
Oh, fake All-Star. My man is averaging 20 and 11.
20 and 11 on a team that was supposed to have 4 wins. Like,
remember, this team straight up had its starting center talking about, "Hey, man, if I was the Lakers, this is how I would configure the trade for me.
This is how I would acquire me."
But what if he's talking that crazy because the Knicks are looking decent?
Yeah, like this is the first time they've had like confidence in a while, and he's like, let me spray some stuff out there.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. My man RJ being a bit more consistent. Jalen is balling. Randall's doing well, but let's not get crazy, Wally, and the whole state of New York. We beat a couple good teams, but I don't think these guys are deep enough to get into the top 3 or even fuck with the top 3 teams in the East. So it's like, it's cute, but like, come on, let's not start violating other players over an 8-game winning streak. Like,
so let me throw this out here. I'm gonna read off a couple of the wins that they had, and we can talk about it. So they beat the Cavs. The Cavs is a legit one. That's what started the streak. They beat them without Jared Allen. They didn't have Jared Allen, but they did have Mitchell and Garland. Then they beat the Hawks, who a dumpster fire. Hornets. Kings are a real one because the Kings are actually like good this year, but they beat the piss out of the Kings. Then they beat the Bulls twice, the Pacers, and the Warriors without Steph. So like, listen, they're winning the games, so they get credit for winning the games, right? I'm not trying to take away from the wins, but I think everybody's been parading this as like, look, Knicks are back, baby. Bing bong, bing bong. And it's like,
God.
It's like you beat a couple of G League teams. Like you did beat.
Okay, Mike, relax.
The Hornets. They beat the Hornets and Bulls in the Hornets. Oh, I guess one time with the Hornets, 2 times with the Bulls. That's 3 of those wins. And the Bulls. I mean, Bulls are a dumpster fire. So
they're not a G. They're not bad though.
No, the Hornets. The Hornets are the only G League. You're right.
Hornets is ass. Hornets is super duper ass. But Bulls they're struggling, but they're not like fucking like bums. They're not janitors, my man.
No, you're right. That is too far. But yeah, so Knicks right now are the 6th seed. They're 18-13, 5 games over 500, like out of the play-in right now. And then you look at the teams behind them. It's like the Hawks, Heat, Pacers, Raptors, Bulls, with like nobody that I'm actually scared of. So I don't know. Maybe they stay in that spot, and then Knicks might be like. And we say for real. I mean, they might be like. They're not bad. That's what I mean. I don't think like they're coming out of the East or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't played like Mario Kart.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay, so you know when you busting your homie's ass in Mario Kart, or let's say you busting the computer. And you're doing crazy, you're doing well, and then right when you're about to like win, a motherfucker hits you with the shell with the wings, and you're like 5th, 6th place.
Yeah,
that has been the Knicks since 1994. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Since 1994, we've been getting hit with the shell with wings. I don't give a fuck about these 8 games, bro, because we're not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. Like, yo, everybody in New York, relax.
The good news is, though, I mean, it did look like for a couple weeks where it was like we gotta fire Thibodeau, we gotta fire Leon, we gotta kill Dolan. Like there was a lot of angsty New York energy, right? And I think the good news is they seem to not be that team. Like they're probably somewhere in the middle of winning 8 in a row and firing the city of New York.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love when the Knicks are good. One, because Nets tickets are much cheaper. And that's just facts.
Yeah.
So I can go see teams at the cheaper arena. And 2, because it's fun when Knicks fans are talking their shit. Like, let them get the issue off. Because it's like, you know, they don't really win anything in the playoffs, respectfully. But they're some of the best fans in terms of talking shit. So it's like a fun energy. I'd love for, I'd love for him to make keep the streak, somehow end up the 1 seed, and then fall back down,
and then get hit with that shell.
Right?
And then settle into. I want that 4-5 crosstown Nets series, baby.
Yes, Subway series.
The Subway series. That would be fun.
I will say, I mean, when the Knicks played the Hawks, was it 2 years ago in the playoffs? And I remember Steve, I don't know if you were there. Justin was there, and I always think of Alex Starbuck, when I think about the Knicks. And I was like, that was fun. Everybody was like, he's like so nervous, and he was excited. The city seemed jacked up, and then they flamed out. But it's more fun when they're in the playoffs. Like the city's more fun because, like you said, nobody gives a fuck about the Nets.
It doesn't, bro. We told you I was at Game 7, and the Bucks Nets game was popping. But then I went to the season opener of the Knicks game this year against the Pistons, and it was louder.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we went to the Liberty game. Remember that Liberty Sky playoff game where the Liberty got eliminated? Oh, yeah. The vibes were way better then. Like the people were jacked up. And we went to the Celtics Nets game 4 when the Celtics swept the Nets. And I'll always remember that game because the energy was low in there, but mainly because the dude from Boston behind us was being like, Jaylen Brown's actually like a poor man's Kobe. And I was like, that's why people hate us, man. That is why you can't say stuff like that. You can't.
That's why, because Jaylen Brown wouldn't even say that.
No,
let me ask you dudes a question, though. Is this wild for me to say? Would you say that Zach LaVine is a poor man's J.R. Smith?
A poor man's J.R. Smith?
Or why don't you say, what if he's like a free form J.R. Smith?
Wow. I think that might be crazy disrespectful, Zach LaVine.
Is it crazy disrespectful? Because my man, I heard he might be on the trading block. And you gotta understand, my guy, everybody and their mother was like, Zach LaVine is the truth. He need a roster. My man, you got the roster right now, and you're having issues in the locker room, and now they're talking about trading block. So is Zach LaVine nice, or was we just gassing him, dog?
I mean, I agree with your point. I think, but I don't think JR's like did J.R. Smith ever make an All-Star team?
Man, come on, bro. He made one All-Star team and he played in the East. I'm not trying to disrespect him on a high level, but he's just like a swing guard. He could dunk, he could shoot. You feel me? The first person I thought was J.R. Smith. Zach LaVine, I apologize. Yeah. I apologize. But I don't think you're that good of a basketball player if you're having a roster.
If you have DeMar DeRozan, your second best player doesn't need to be Zach LaVine because he's not. That's not just to him. I mean, he just doesn't do. It's not additive. He's also a scorer, and he does not play defense really.
Well, and if you're also saying DeMar DeRozan is your number one, your team's fucked anyways. Like if he's but that's I like DeRozan, but I don't think anyone's out here being like DeRozan's a number one, right? At this point, like I mean,
I don't know. Last year he was really good when they were healthy.
Yeah.
I know, but then here, you're right. They were really good. They were really good. I'm about to.
Going.
I just like, listen, we haven't seen Lonzo play in a while. I have a hard time believing that if Lonzo's knees were fine, the Bulls were playing in the finals. Like, we were like, well, when Lonzo was there, Bulls were nice. I'm like, I don't know. I just think, I agree with you, though. I like to go back to your point. I think LaVine, and like, I agree with what Justin was saying. Like, LaVine's fine. I think LaVine's fine. I just don't think that team's scary. Like, LaVine probably has to be. I put LaVine, he's a poor man's Bradley Beal.
Ooh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
We're like,
yes. I was bugging. I'm high right now. That's correct.
No. We're like, I think, he's out there. Hold on. Came back just in time to hear the wild JR Smith.
Shout out we the people.
But like, right, really talented scorer, can get buckets maybe like 5 times a year. Everyone's going to be like, holy shit. You see that LaVine game? You see that Bradley Beal game? And they're going to get paid a ton of money on a shit team.
Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah. I just think if he's really causing drama in the locker room, and what is he, 25, 26?
That sounds about right, yeah.
If he's like 25, 26, he didn't hit his window, trade the motherfucker. Get him. If DeMar DeRozan scrap, and DeMar DeRozan is known as one of the coolest dudes in the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, always talking about mental health. Everybody that played with him is like, he's a nice dude. If this dude's about to, like, get aggressive with you, maybe you're the issue, bro.
Yeah, LaVine's 27, by the way. Just look that up.
Wait, didn't LaVine just sign that big extension though?
Yeah, because there was talks.
He was on some bullshit though, because he was like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna sign, and I might test the free agency."
Then they gave him $200 million, and he was like, "All right."
Well,
I think that's probably. I mean, that comes into it because now it's like I'm good for the next couple of years, so y'all gotta like kind of meet my demands, or you're not really getting rid of me. So
I feel like I bring this up almost every episode too. They don't even have their first round pick. Like the Magic have their pick because remember the Magic traded Vucevic for Wendell Carter Jr. and then 2 first round picks. One of them is Franz Wagner and the other one is this year's first round pick. So like they can't even. Like the way that they would either trade DeRozan or LaVine or Vooch or a couple of them because they would need to get first round picks back because they don't have any. They're in trouble. They're in like a real tough spot. Yeah. And the Magic out there, like, yeah.
The Magic out there just But if you look at their team, where do they go? Like you said, they don't have their pick. Their roster is kind of the roster. DeRozan's great, but he's who he is, and he's in his 30s as a swing. LaVine is LaVine. Vucevic is Vucevic. That's your top 3. That's a dicey top 3. Lonzo's injured. What else is it? Like Patrick Williams, Ayo. Those players are nice, but
family. You forgot one of the key components of the squad, Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso, yeah.
He gone. Caruso is gone. Caruso will not be on this team in a couple of months. I'll tell you that right now. Caruso is gone. I think he'll get traded because I mean they suck. They have no honestly like he's going to be on like not even the Warriors because the Warriors are in trouble now too. But he's going to be on. He'll be on another good team, like in the playoffs. I think.
If you look at his stats, you're like 5 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists in like 25 minutes. These look horrendous because he's one of those players. Like, but it's not. That's not his impact. His impact isn't stats. His impact is like you need me as your 6th or 7th guy on a good team. On a bad team, he's just you don't need that. What is it?
He's Pat Beverly without the offensive confidence that Pat Beverly has. Like he's Pat Beverly that's just like got a sound head where he's like, you're right, I shouldn't shoot.
Yeah, what good is a great defender who's like making defensive rotations if Zach LaVine is just standing there?
Yeah. Honestly, the most surprising thing about this roster is it's not the Sacramento Kings. Like this has Sacramento, meaning that the Kings forever were like, let me just get a bunch of pretty good guys and we'll win 12 games.
Damn, wait. Are we saying Zach LaVine is Rudy Gay?
Oh,
you know what, bro?
That's pretty.
You know what, bro? fuck the Beal. It might be Rudy Gay,
That's
dog.
pretty good.
To everybody watching and listening, don't smoke weed. These two, they're not high, and they know what I said. J.R. Smith, I should have said Rudy Gay. Yes.
Rudy Gay's pretty good. Rudy Gay still collecting checks, by the way.
What team is he on? Is it Jazz or Kings?
The Jazz.
He's on Jazz.
Once he didn't have to be. Once they stopped trying to make him the guy, absolute great, competent NBA starter. Played for 15 years, like absolutely great in that role.
Yeah, he honestly, Rudy Gay pretty close to Chandler Parsons. Just got like really overpaid.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, I saw this clip going around. Did you guys see Paulo Banchero? He's on the JJ Redick podcast this week, and Mike Miller is his agent. I had no idea Mike Miller was an agent.
Like my man Mike Miller, like 33 with the
Yeah.
hair?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Really? That's dope though.
Yeah. It was great.
That's like really dope.
He told a great story about how, like, I'm not going to do it justice, but how, like, when he was finding out he was the number one pick, like, Mike Miller was on the phone next to him, like, texting, and he was like talking to himself. He's like, come on, Mike, you got to fucking lock in, baby. You're an agent now. And was like talking to himself. Oh, it was a great. I listened to it today, though. It was a great interview.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. I mean, yeah, it makes sense because Mike Miller was like a coach for a second.
Mhm.
He's around the league. I bet it. I mean, he says it in the pod, but I bet it's helpful that you have a former player who's, your agent. Also, he's probably like, hey, Paulo, or he's probably just like, hey, Paulo, LeBron did this, so maybe you should start doing this.
We should Paulo, by the way, still averaging like 27 or whatever, 25. I forget how many points it is. But
before the pod, I told him, it was like, look at Paulo's rookie stats and look at LeBron's and see if you could pick them. Spot the difference.
It's crazy. I mean, I said this to you guys before we went on, but someone during the morning show was like, "Oh, give me a Paulo comp. Like, whose game does he remind you of?" And I just kept saying, like, I'm not saying he's LeBron. He's kind of LeBron though. He's doing a little bit of LeBron.
He's a dog, bro. He's a dog.
Yeah, he is a little bit more likable too right now. I mean, we got 20 years of LeBron, so
yeah.
You think he's gonna have a villain turn?
Yeah, if he leaves Orlando.
Orlando is a fun team that I'm absolutely not watching. So
but what's good about Orlando though is you don't have to watch because you'll get a bowl clip, or you'll get it's just two Wagners. You get two Wagners on the same team. I'm enjoying seeing like brothers play basketball together.
Hell yeah, man! I love that's one of my favorite trends in the NBA is when you got the older brother who's fine, and then the younger brother who's keeping the older brother employed, baby. Omar, if you ever watch this, the older brother's out here. I'll be relaxing, dog.
It's like this might be two. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I think this might be 2 weeks in a row with Entourage references, but it's like Johnny Drama.
I was trying to explain Thanasis to Michelle. It was like, you know what? He goes in, somebody fouls Giannis, they put Thanasis in. Thanasis fouls Giannis.
Thanasis is the best. Thanasis is the best like bench player to watch come into a game because he looks like he just ripped a line of coke and then gets in there. Like he is jacked up and ready to go every time he gets in. I love it.
Speaking of ripped a line of coke, Martin 23 Kings, what's going on in the chat?
Sabonis, yeah, you're right. He's Sacramento. Wait, I do want to say this real quick, like with the Sabonis and Jokic talk. Dude, shout out to Charlotte Hornets, man. They refuse to cover big men. So Jokic goes up against Charlotte on Sunday, and he puts up 40 points, 27 boards, 10 assists. Sabonis the very next night, puts up 25 points, 20 boards, 8 assists. Like, the Hornets, they do not. Plumlee's not doing it anymore. I'll just say that. Plumlee's not doing it anymore. They are getting smoked.
Did LaMelo didn't sign? He didn't sign an extension, right? He's just there for 4 years, right?
He's a rookie deal.
Yeah, he's not up for it yet. I don't think. I think it would be
that motherfucker is gone.
Well,
2024, that motherfucker is gone, bro.
what if they? Yeah, but what if they get Wemby?
That could be cool. That could be cool if it works. I feel like LaMelo is like not a patient dude, and I feel like he's a very dumb person. So who knows? Like I don't think just because you're making a flashy pass doesn't mean you have like great basketball IQ. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he doesn't seem like a dude that's like really thinking about anything other than himself. So like, I don't know. He might not like if this guy's taking his star power in Charlotte, but I just don't see this guy sticking around in Charlotte. I don't know about you guys, but it's a crazy time shit show in Charlotte for that guy.
I didn't think that's what you were gonna say. That caught me off guard. That was so funny. He's just not a smart guy.
He is. I know if you watch it, he's what did the kids say? A himbo?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Can we? I know this was on our agenda. Can we talk like Jokic just for a second? He like legit might be in the MVP conversation again, and I thought there was like no way in the world that he would do it. Even though I like said he was going to at the beginning of the year, I said it as a bit. I was like, the media won't vote for him. They're now in first place, and he fucked around last night and got a triple double. It didn't even look like he was trying. He showed up in a turtleneck, and then he dropped 13, 13, and 13, and then went home with a win against the Grizzlies.
How old is Jokic?
I think he's also 27. I'll look that up too. He's either 27 or 28, I think.
So from right now to the ages when he is 32, he's gonna always be in MVP talks, bro. I promise you, bro. I promise you, bro.
I know. I thought, but like this year, I was like, he won't win it though, and now I feel like it's gonna be hard. Like it's not hard. It's only 30 games. We got 50 games left, but I mean they're in first.
Yeah. Although they could next week they could be in 8th if they lose 2 games because the league is so close right now, which is great. But.
Yeah.
But my thing is though that I feel like I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like an idiot. I don't know if it's whatever the commission, the fucking board, whatever. I feel like the NBA won't let any player, unless you completely bug out, win 3 consecutive MVPs. So they're probably gonna like try to see if they can finesse it to Tatum or they can finesse it to like John Morant. But like I don't think they're gonna. Even if he deserves it, I don't think the NBA would allow him to get it. Like, you get what I'm saying to an extent?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's many examples of people just not getting MVPs because it was time because they felt like it was time for somebody else to get an MVP.
I mean, anytime Jordan didn't win during that stretch, right? Like Barkley got it 1 year. I think Malone got it 1 year.
The Barkley year was deserved.
The Malone was not.
No, the Malone that shit was some nonsense.
They just got tired.
It was like, yo, we can't keep giving Jordan this shit.
Did you guys see the Jokic pass last night? Through the legs? Yeah, all right. I was gonna pull it up.
I actually haven't seen it.
Oh, I'll
pull it up. Pull that shit up right now.
It's incredible. It's like, oh no, he just said it just looked like backyard shit.
Mans is in the professional league of basketball doing backyard shit.
It truly and then like no emotion either. Like if I did that, I would have stopped the game. I'd be like, Malone, call a timeout. We got to celebrate. Look at this. Look at this shit right here.
Family. Look at it. Family.
Oh.
Yo, he didn't get happy. He didn't move. He made it. All right, defense. He didn't do nothing, bro. Like,
I mean, and like Bruce Brown caught that in stride. Like that wasn't like he had to stop and wait for it. Like it was like in running full speed. Oh yeah, no problem.
Man, I want so badly for Porter. I just want that team to be healthy, especially this year. I want that team to be healthy and just go prove it. Jokic, you're MVP. Prove it. The league is open enough. If they're healthy, the league is open enough that like a player like that could truly, solidify his legacy. Just get you to finals, win a championship. I think this is the best year for any of those types of teams are going to have.
And go ahead and see.
You guys are. I mean, I might just be biased. I'm not even biased, but I'm just a little more excited. Even though I love Steph Curry and I always want to see Steph Curry succeed, I think it's kind of a bit more fun that like it's just open now. Like it's not. We're not talking about the Warriors. It could be the Nuggets. It could be the Pelicans. It could be the Grizzlies. Like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, I mean, this is a fun year. It's a fun year.
It's wild. And for the podcast people, I just like pulled up the standings here. But like to Justin's point, right? So the Nuggets and Grizzlies are tied at 19-11. Pels and Suns are 1 game back. Clippers 2 games. Kings 2.5. Blazers 2.5. Jazz 3. Timberwolves 3.5. Mavs 4.5. Like the Warriors are 5 games out of first. The Thunder are 6.5 games out of first. Like, and like for comparison, you know, the Bulls are where the the Magic are where the Thunder are in the East, and they're 12 games out of first. But like for it to be 4.5 from the, like Justin, you said, if the Nuggets lose 2 games this week, all of a sudden they're like the 5 seed.
Look how you want to see how wild it is. Look, if you just visually look at everybody's last 10, they're all 6-4 or 5-5, and no one has a winning streak longer than 3 games.
Yeah. It's
There's only one team in the West with a 3-game winning streak. Everyone else has either one. Mostly the teams have one loss.
Yeah, and then you look at the East. Fucking Knicks are 8 in a row. The Nets are 6 and dude. The Nets are 19-12.
Yeah, we talked about the Knicks, but the Nets are also the hottest. They're a hotter team actually because they're 9-1 in their
9-1 in their last 10. I think they're like 12-1 in their last 10. Like 19-12. They're like in the 4 seed. All it took was like, there's no.
You know what it's all it took. Hey, Kyrie, shut the fuck up.
Hey, man.
That's what it took.
I just want to say something, bro. Sometimes I come in this podcast, I'll be having too much fun. And when I have too much fun, sometimes I'll be saying the wrong shit. Remember when I said the team I hate the most is the Grizzlies? I don't even know why I said that. Fuck the Brooklyn Nets, bro. Fuck the Brooklyn Nets. I don't want to see them win. I hope they get swept first round again. Fuck the Brooklyn Nets. KD, you're a mark-ass buster. Kyrie Irving is a mark-ass buster. Shout out Joey Harris because I seen you one time at Union Pool, and fuck the rest of the squad, my guy.
Wait, did you really see Joe? Did you really see Joe? All right, there's a callback. All right.
I seen a guy with a band shirt and a flannel that looked like him, but it wasn't.
I was like, that was our running joke for a while. I was like, wait, did that come from the truth?
Joe Harris getting them tacos.
Yeah, I agree with you though. The West is like wide open, and also like the Warriors are legit in trouble. So Wiggins is still supposed to miss 2 games, I think. Curry is out for like at least it sounds like they said 2 weeks, but then like winked at the camera. They were like 2 weeks, probably 4. And so like if he misses a month, they're in trouble. They also like no one's talking about this. They sucked with Steph. It's not like they were, you know what I mean? It's not like they were 18-4. They were under 500 with Steph putting up MVP numbers.
Yeah, they were without Steph. There is done straight up. If Steph was a month, that's deep because they're not. You're right, like you said, they're not that good, and they're very much in a transition. In transition, so they're trying to get the young guys going. And that's
not good.
This is great. I mean, you know, they got just different stuff. They don't. I mean, I was listening to what I think Athletic mentioned. Like, there's no Gary Payton, there's no Otto Porter. You got like you're relying on more Jordan Poole. You're relying on Jordan Poole now. You're playing Dante DiVincenzo instead of Gary Payton. Instead of Otto Porter, Kuminga comes in a little bit, but he's still a young player. So it looks promising, but it's not there yet.
They got Ty Jerome.
Who's that?
That's not it, bro. That's not it. That's not a good bench, man. That bench is sorry.
Yeah, they're in trouble. Like they call Wiseman back up, and I'm rooting for Wiseman now. Only like, and I don't even mean this jokingly, like for mental health purposes. Like I just want him to get a couple of W's, you know, like because everybody just dunks on him, both like literally and figuratively. Like he got in I think Hartenstein or Jericho Sims. I don't remember which one it was. Just absolutely yammed on him last night. And I was like, God, come on, give him a break. Give him a break.
They need something because that team is the Steph show.
It is. I mean, they even interviewed him on the sideline last night for TNT. He was wearing a great jacket too. He had a great jacket on last night. He did. That was my takeaway. I'll see if I can find it.
He's like, yo, y'all need to see this jacket.
It was like
The Warriors, you don't gotta see no highlights of Golden State.
That's how you know the team is bad.
I know.
That's how you know. Yo, the jacket hard. We're not talking about the playbook right now. It's hard.
It was like a high school Letterman's jacket almost.
Ooh, okay. Now I kind of do want to see the jacket.
Man, I'm not seeing any pictures. So I'm seeing like they're trying to get me to buy shit now. So I forget it. Forget it.
Let me ask you guys a couple of things, man. Christmas right around the corner. Are you guys going to be watching all the Xmas games?
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm a COVID man, I don't even know if I'm going home for Christmas. So I have to. So it might be a Chinese food and basketball all day. So
I'm not gonna lie, there's no other better way to do it than that. You feel me? There's no other better way, man.
Yeah. I would give it a buck. I'm doing the first time playing an away game for Christmas. It's at my girlfriend's parents' place. So this is gonna be me. with the phone down and the AirPod in. So you go see some like text like, hey, what's going on? Or I'm just be on my phone.
I'm gonna pray for you.
Is this your first time meeting?
No, first time meeting. Yeah. Cool. But it's just like I'm looking at the schedule, looking at the games, and like I don't know how I'll be able to catch any of these. I don't know when they eat. All I know is the game started at noon. I've got the phone charger. I'm gonna give you a travel brick.
We get some good ones though, right? So we get the noon game is Philly and Knicks, the Sixers and the Knicks. The 2:30 game, I was actually surprised how early this one. This was Lakers and Mavs.
Where's the Philly Knicks game?
MSG.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Milwaukee Boston, the 5:00 game. Like that's the first time they meet up this year too. I'm excited for that one. And then what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say, Steve?
I think my man Tatum, he about to go crazy on Christmas because he loved Kobe. So he gonna put them Grinches on and he gonna go crazy on I haven't used DraftKings in my life. I might fuck around on Christmas. I'm telling you guys. I feel it, bro. I feel it.
Dropping 50? Is he dropping 50 on Christmas?
A calm 40. Maybe a 48. Maybe a 48.
I like that. 48. And then you got Memphis Golden State, which like would have been way more fun if Steph was back for that. But Memphis about to win by 50.
Yeah, you might see the Grizzlies beat up on Golden State on national TV just because they can.
Well, and they don't like each other, so that'll be a fun one.
As long as Draymond Green is playing, that game is going to be fun because they are going to get on his last goddamn nerves.
That's true,
and it's gonna be beautiful. John Morant, talk your shit to Draymond, please, please.
Draymond's been getting kicked out of games. Like maybe we talked about that last week, but he had like back-to-back games where he got booted from the game. It's like, what? Come on, man. But the last one I'm the most excited about because I think we should talk about this team for a second because Steve, you made a great point. We have Phoenix and Denver for the 10:30 Eastern game. And Steve, what was the take you had in the chat today about the Phoenix?
I think the Phoenix Suns hate the Phoenix Suns right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I make fun of Bradley Beal a lot. Bradley Beal, for those that didn't see it, Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Ayton were like fighting about something in between free throws. Like, everybody like switches sides. They were like talking shit. And Bradley Beal's in the background just going, yeah.
Instigate. But you know what? You gotta when you see a team falling apart.
And then the only reason I saw that highlight was because the one before it was Monty Williams just like screaming at DeAndre Ayton. And then you can't hear it, but you could see at one point the skirmish happens. Monty faces the other direction. DeAndre sits down. DeAndre must have said something because Monty turns around. You can see him clearly say, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And it's like so clear. But yeah, the vibes are bad. But I love that take, Steve, that the Suns just hate themselves.
I just feel like they dug themselves in a big hole, and the only way they could dig themselves out of that hole is winning. Not like just pure winning. I don't give a fuck if you're first, like legit, like winning the final. And they're not, though. They're not gonna win, dog. Like,
I mean, not if they all hate each other. Devin Booker's been nice though. Like, but they're like the fact that they've won as many games as they have is a testament to how like well he's been playing. I mean, he's been awesome. And I get. Oh, go ahead, Justin.
Oh no, I was just saying. As you say, this is a completely aside, but I'm on the ESPN website, and if you look at the ESPN schedules, they also have like links to how much tickets cost, and for all the Christmas games, tickets are over $100 for New York, Dallas, Boston, and Golden State. For Denver, it says tickets as low as $26.
That's messed up,
Bro.
Well, I think because the Denver Broncos play on Christmas too.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that game is in Denver.
I'm looking at this. You can sit.
No, it's in LA.
Even you can sit on the court for like 6:30. You can sit behind the. You can sit behind the rim. I think 2 rows back. 6:35. 2 tickets.
Christmas against the Suns. That's supposed to be like one of the toughest tickets.
Hey, if you're in Denver and you got it, maybe pull up.
There we go.
Yo, if you in Denver and you got it, bro.
I wouldn't even wait.
Also, our man Stubbs in the chat saying looking healthier and younger than ever, faking COVID so he can watch hoops all weekend. No, man, you look close enough. You can see the darkness, the darkness in the eyes. You know what happened? I told this story the other day. I left my my charger for my trimmer for my beard in Massachusetts when I went home for Thanksgiving, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And I shaved the whole thing off yesterday because I was like, I felt like it was coming up over my mouth and stuff. I was like, it felt gross. The second I shaved, though, as I'm getting older, like the more face that I could see, I was like, oh man. Like too many COVID beers, not like having COVID, but like pandemic beers. Like I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the age. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling there's no more. No one's gonna be asking. No one's gonna hand me an apple to eat in a scene on a movie anymore. No one's gonna be like, you know what? Let's see the jawline. Like no one's asking for that.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Mike. When you told me your age, I was astonished. I was like, this has to be cap. You have to be lying to me, bro.
That's right. Because I remember it was because I forget when it came up, but you were like, we were like 30, 31.
Bro, I said 28, bro.
Oh, that's right.
I said 28. You added numbers.
Yeah, I was like, dude, plus 10, bro. Plus 10. Oh man, we got one more thing we're gonna get to. Look at us, we're like on time tonight. We have like a good schedule. This is good. This is also shout out Steve. Steve came up with an agenda today.
Yeah, shout out Steve out here doing the work. All right.
The last thing we got tonight is all-star voting, right? All-star voting opened up.
Yes.
I haven't actually voted yet. I think the one thing that kind of sucks right now is like with Steph and AD hurt. I feel like they're still gonna get voted in. But like, are we just telling ourselves right now we're not counting them? Like you can't, like they're not on our ballot because they're hurt.
I will tell you, I went through and made it. I voted, and then I could give them alternates, but I didn't exclude them.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I know, Steve, how you do it, or did you vote?
Are we talking about starting though, right?
Yeah, just like picking starting.
Is this a hot take to say I don't think Steph Curry should start this year?
Yo.
Like I feel like John Morant is playing out of his mind.
All right,
like, out of his mind.
I agree, John's been great. I just want to pull something up so you see it because Steph right now is having the best year of his career.
Are you dead ass serious?
Yeah, which is crazy because he is a 2-time MVP. But Steph is averaging 30 points, almost 6.6 rebounds, 6.8 assists a game, shooting 50% from the field, 43% from three, which is wild because he takes like 10 a game, 92% from the line. And when you look at his career numbers, got Basketball Reference, somebody like they do need to do like a GoFundMe or something just to like update the site a little bit.
No, it's like Wikipedia, dog. It's gonna stay this way forever.
But he's averaged 30 plus two other times, once in 2015 and 2016, and then once again in 20 and 21. But he's having an insane year. And so like when you plug that up against, I'm fine with it though. I think you can say you don't want to vote for him. But it is just kind of wild. Like when you look.
My thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you. My thing was John Morant, Luka, because Luka was breaking records at the beginning of the season. His cast is just terrible. But the numbers you showing me,
it's crazy.
I'm like, yo, maybe I was bugging for voting for Luka to start. So.
That's where I'm at too. I haven't voted yet. This is like my first time looking at it. Because I like feel like I have to vote for Steph, but I'm not going to because he's hurt. I'm just gonna say like I'm not voting for Steph. I know he's gonna be a starter. The fans are gonna vote for him, whatever. But I'm not going to. I don't think I'm gonna put Luka on my first team.
So are you gonna put who I think you're gonna put? Because I was this close to putting him, but yo, this team is so sorry.
So I'm with you. I'm with you that Ja's gonna be in there. If you're taking Steph out, Ja has to be there. I think I think like, dude, look at these stats though. Look, all of them. So it's like impossible not to put Luka. Make Luka a forward. He's fucking big. He's got true. Look at this stat line: 32.5, 8 and 8. 32, 8 and 8. You got Devin Booker down here at 28 and 5. Desmond Bain, get the fuck out. De'Aaron Fox, no thank you. Like, and then Dame has been balling too. But dude, SGA's been a bucket, and he's just been so fun to root for. I think so. Those are going to be my two clicks. I just don't think. I want to reward this man. I know he's not going to start. He's gonna be a reserve selection, but he's been balling.
That man this year is wow.
He really is.
He is crazy. Game winners, dimes, dunking it, threes. SGA is the truth. He's the truth.
It's nuts. Justin, is that too wild to take him?
No, I don't think it's too wild. I mean, I tell you, I'm looking at mine. I picked Steph and Luka as my backcourt.
I think that makes sense. I mean,
it's pretty boring. I know Steph isn't going to be there, but Steph Curry starts the All-Star game. You vote him in. Yeah. If he's healthy by then, he starts. And Luka, I think, is having a great season. None of the other players I would take off for Luka. I would take Steph off for Shaq, maybe Shaq.
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think your picks are the ones like those are right. Those are going to be the right in the sense that that's what people are going to vote for.
I tried to. I don't know what I picked, but I can tell you for front court. I can tell you. So I very easily Jokic and Zion were my first 2 or 3.
Yeah, and
of course.
I honestly think it'd be very easy to put AD in if he didn't get hurt too. Like I'm just assuming he's hurt, but to me it was like a clear AD, Zion, Jokic. Those were like 3.
I'll tell you. I will tell you. I went Jokic, Zion, and AD. And if I'm doing an alternate for AD, you know who I'm going. Number 23, Lauri Markkanen, baby.
Yes.
Ron, sit your old ass down. Lauri Markkanen is out here balling on the Utah Jazz. Why not? Start him in the All-Star game.
Whoa! No, Braun?
Braun will be there.
Like Braun. No, Braun.
Braun will be there. He'll be there. He'll get to do his NBA legend thing. Lauri Markkanen, get your issue off.
I like it.
I respect it.
You know what is wild though? So like, because I agree. I think like the first 3 are so easy if it's AD's healthy. It's like AD, Zion, and Jokic are like so much better than everybody else. And like LeBron is 4, right? Like if we're being real, LeBron is 4. But look at the drop off after that. Like it's Paul George who's played like 9 games, Jeremy Grant and Lauri. You're telling me these are the next 3 up for bigs in the West? I mean, that's crazy. Lord Marketing, welcome aboard.
This is where the positions don't make sense too, because here I would just probably put, if I had the choice, it would be Luka, Zion, and Jokic.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then that seems to be even with AD and Brian. So
Yeah.
for the weird backcourt, frontcourt makes it not that way. Yeah, I look down that list too because it's sorted by points. There has to be other options. There's not.
There's not. What about the East? What did you guys do with the East?
I'm not gonna lie, man. The East guards are a crazy time shit show. To me, you gotta go with Donovan, Jaylen Brown, because the other motherfuckers look a little sorry.
I know it is kind of weird. Like LaMelo hasn't played enough games. I mean, what about Halliburton? What does Wally think about Halliburton?
I mean, you know what's wild? I forgot. You just scrolled down, and I just forgot James Harden. Like I wouldn't. Also, I wouldn't put James Harden on the reserves either. James Harden's not an all-star.
No, I mean, it's weird. His numbers are 20, 22, 10, and 6, but it doesn't feel like that. He's also missed a lot of time, too. I mean, dude, you know what's crazy? Like, Kyrie's probably going to be in that conversation, too. Which is
Kyrie probably – I want to see the heat map of where Kyrie's vote's coming from.
Yeah. We do need a heat map.
This just opened, so we haven't gotten the first round of results, but that will be very interesting.
Do you think I don't think people like Jaylen Brown enough for him to get enough votes, right? Like I think Jaylen Brown's probably the right. I mean, even when you look at his numbers, 26 and 7 is like legit. But I feel like people are just going to be clicking these four: Donovan, Trey, Kyrie, and LaMelo.
Well,
as like fans.
No. Has LaMelo played that much games this season?
No, but he came back like last week and now is putting up some numbers in the last couple of games. I just mean like people voting. Like I just imagine like dumb people.
Yeah, I can see. I don't know. I think the Celtics are the Celtics, and he'll be up there. And I think how well they're doing, and him being on the Celtics in the finals will get Jaylen Brown in there. I think Trae Young probably makes it. I think Donovan Mitchell is at the risk of not making it, despite just because it's fan voting.
Yeah, he's been so good though. Like he's truly the best one of all of them.
Yeah, he should be.
I'm not gonna lie. If Donovan Mitchell does not start, the whole United States doesn't know ball, bro. He made that team top motherfucking 3. They was in the playing game, bro. He gotta start, bro.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be nuts. And then for the bigs, I think this is tough because like these
you didn't have to scroll down. It's these
four,
tough.
right?
It's tough, Mike. Come on, Giannis, Embiid, Tatum.
Dude, I mean KD's averaging 30.
So is Tatum.
Yo, are we serious, Mike? Come on, man. Fuck KD. On my little B shit. Fuck Kevin Durant, man.
This is what I picked too, because you reward Tatum, man. He went in there and swept Durant. You don't get to start over him.
Oh, you know what? That is a great point.
He went in there. He swept Durant. He was busting their ass. You don't get to start over him. That's how it works.
I can't believe both in the All-Star game and in real life, Tatum and the poor man's Kobe Bryant are on the same team. Oh man!
You reward the best team, and they're not even the best team in the NBA anymore.
I know it's the Bucks. It's the Bucks because they dropped 2 in a row to Paolo Banchero. I also you want an update? The Nets are up 46-17 in the first half against the Warriors. The Warriors, there's 2. No, that's the first quarter. Holy shit. 46-17 in the first quarter.
You know how expensive these tickets were?
Also, Kyrie sat. Kyrie's not playing. Sorry, how expensive?
They were it was like you were still seeing Steph and Kevin Durant. and like you were seeing them on the same team. That was like the 73-9 Warriors prices, over $100 to get in there.
Wow.
Hold on.
Much money you're in there pissed.
The score is 46-17.
It's the first quarter. First quarter.
That sounds like when Stewie was on UConn and they was playing every team in the United States of America. That is insane.
First quarter. That's Royce O'Neal is leading the game in scoring, by the way.
Dude, let Royce cook.
Yo, what is going on in the NBA?
You want to know what's going on? They started Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, I don't know, and Draymond Green.
I don't know.
Looney.
Oh, Looney.
Hey, wait.
Yo.
Draymond, Kuminga, Looney, Poole, and Moody is expansion team vibe, man.
That is. Welcome to Mexico City.
Yeah, you're deep into your 2K franchise, and you're playing the worst team in the league. You're just like, who the hell are these players?
Yo, son. Yo, I can say wild shit on this podcast, but y'all be disrespectful, boy. Y'all be disrespectful.
They're bench Anthony Lamb,
Yeah.
Ty Jerome, Patrick Baldwin Jr.
Who?
Ryan
Who
Robinson.
is Patrick Baldwin Jr., my guy?
He was supposed to be like a really good rookie. He's supposed to be really good in college and kind of flamed out a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's shout out. I mean, there's a lot of dudes born in like 2002 on this roster.
Yeah, they are fucked. That's what I keep saying. Like, they weren't good with Steph. Like, that's
46 to 17 is dog. Imagine
That's 2K, bro.
You know what's nuts? Dude, it's gonna be March. The Lakers are gonna be healthy and the Warriors are gonna be healthy, and both teams are gonna be going on a run trying to get into the play-in game.
Yo, man. Imagine if that wasn't a playing game. They would just be fucked.
No,
Like-
lottery time.
I'm
God.
gonna tell you right now, the first thing I'm gonna do as soon as the stream is try to find a stream of this game.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to get it on the Warriors feed and see what they talking about.
Hey, if you get down to Barclays fast enough, you might get some second half minutes. on either squad too. Like,
Let's see if I can still cop some tickets to the game.
the Nets are on pace to score 200.
Yo,
No shit,
Oh,
I can't get tickets.
yo, we gotta wrap this up because I gotta see this game right now. bro.
Yeah,
I gotta see this game.
Get us out of here, Steve.
Hey man, you just listened to the 89 Cavs, the best basketball podcast in the goddamn world. This is Mike. That's Justin. I'm Steve. May all your endeavors go well and all your shots be wet like water. Stay up like a hard dick. You heard me?
Peace.